The Murray-Darling Basin in the southeast of Australia is home to the largest river system in the country. Many plant and animal species, a lot of them endangered, rely on this vast network of streams, creeks and rivers. But extensive diversion of water for irrigation combined with prolonged drought and overgrazing has left farmers with arid land, not suitable for agriculture. This is Dundali Station, a 3,000-acre property about 9 hours' drive west of Sydney. It's owned by farmer Peter Morton, who's now returning a fifth of his property to wetlands.
Who's going to jump in first? Me?
Paker Lake spans 2 properties and is now part of a unique wetland system. But a year ago, it wasn't here.
So Peter, a year ago, this lake was empty.
Yeah, 12 months ago it was bone dry and had been dry for 100 years. And we got together with the neighbours and put a committee together, and with the help of the government bodies, we put 20,000 megalitres of water in.
So how did you get the water back in?
Paker Lake was separated from the river system by a levee that was put in 100 years ago, and this levee was a 20-kilometre flood bank that was put along the high ground to stop the water from coming out here. Because it's such a vast floodplain, they would cut the access off to the backcountry.
And so that's why it was dry for 100 years?
Yeah,
because of this historical levee?
Yeah, historical levee put in 100 years ago when they had access problems, and it goes back to the horse and buggy days, I guess.
The resurgence in bird life has been really amazing. Did you expect this?
Yeah, well, not to the extent that we had happened. There was probably 40,000 birds while it was filling, and peaked out at probably around 80,000.
How many bird species do you have here?
We recorded 87 total, 35 of which are the wetland bird and 5 endangered species.
Peter's helping their return by restoring native plant life.
Come here, Sal. Come on, mate. You got the Sal. Righto, this is a tomb. These are the lignin plants we're going to put in.
Yep.
So we'll dig a little hole and put them in. Righto, mate. We'll get fair dinkum here. We'll get a bit of mud on us, and we'll just go right around the edge, probably about 2 metres apart, I reckon, and we'll get them going. And then as it goes back a bit more, we might put another lot back in.
Okay. So what does this do for the environment?
This is going to create the ideal habitat for the wading bird to nest and hold a food source.
And then how many years before, it becomes a good habitat for birds?
Providing they get sufficient water, 5 years.
It's barren land like this that Peter is reviving.
So this is what you mean by clay pan, bare land?
Yeah, well, that's what the Aussies call it. Clay pan country is usually pretty bare, scalded country, and doesn't grow much normally.
And now this is what it's like?
Yeah, well, we planted these phragmites here 3 years ago, and within 2 years we had them seeding down, and they're going to be a terrific habitat for the birds and all the aquatic species as well.
How does this benefit you as a farmer?
The economic benefits out of this is when we've got it fully restored, there'll be a lot more grazing value to the land because there's no value at all because all the vegetation species were gone.
That's because with the lake drained, the water table drops to the point where the surrounding land becomes arid. Letting the water back in raises the water table, allowing the land to support more plant life.
As you can see here, the fodder there that will sustain a number of sheep. Before we didn't have that. It's just terrific to drive around and see the growth as it's happening. It'll be a forest of box trees in 10 years' time, probably 20 feet high. There'll be rookeries established through the phragmites, I'd like to think, and yeah, it'll be a picture then.
So this is what Paker Lake once looked like?
Yes, this is Hobler's Lake, but Paker Lake is exactly the same as this. It's saltbush vegetation with predominantly speargrass on the understory, and yeah, we're working on doing a project with a neighbour and making a vegetation plan out of this to restore this to its original shape as well.
So are you an environmentalist
or are you a farmer?
I'm a both environmentalist and a farmer, but also was a keen duck shooter, but I think I'm putting more birds back on the planet now than I shot.